If you've been to the University of Minnesota, you can't miss the Weisman Art Museum. It stands out in more ways than one. In this week's Finding Minnesota, John Lauritsen shows us how after more than 90 years, the museum still caters to all walks of life.
It's pretty polarizing design, right? Folks tend to love it or hate it.
Those that love the outside of the Weisman Art Museum are likely lovers of the unusual. Those that hate it could be commuters caught in its glare.
You see it as soon as you cross that Washington Street Bridge.
You can't miss it.
You can't miss it. It'll glare right in your eye.
Fans of the Weisman will tell you that it's just as interesting inside as it is outside.
It's a museum that has art from all over the world.
30,000 pieces to be exact, from paintings to pottery.
You can see the feet in different postures and movements, and some of them are walking and some of them are moving.
And you could say a lot of steps were taken to give visitors this experience. Marketing director Susanna Schuweiler says the museum opened modestly in the 1930s on an upper floor of the Northrop Auditorium.
One of the first pieces of artwork that we collected that made us kind of a bigger deal in the world of art museums was the Georgia O'Keeffe Oriental Poppies painting.
The Weisman didn't get its own space until 1993, thanks to donors like Frederick Weisman, whom the museum is named after. Frank Gehry is the artist who came up with a quirky design, drawing inspiration from nearby cliffs.
These two rooms are our featured exhibition for this spring. It's called Scene.
Expansion has helped with temporary exhibits like this one, which gives visitors a feel for what it's like to be incarcerated. It's a collaboration between current inmates and local artists. Next Door symbolizes homecoming and healing after leaving prison.
We really wanted those human experiences to be made visible.
Visitors can experience everything here for free. The museum has never charged for admission.
So it's very student-oriented, and then it also really challenges, I think, kind of what would be in galleries because of that.
Another thing that makes the Weisman unique is that students and faculty can actually bring home a piece of art for a semester or even for an entire school year, kind of like checking out a book at the library.
But there's plenty of art that never leaves because it can't.
This was a derelict Spokane, Washington tenement building.
Petticourt Apartments is a time capsule of what an apartment building looked like in the 70s and 80s. It's one of the most popular exhibits because it's so authentic.
Complete with the ashtray.
Complete with the ashtray and the dirty mirror. You walk in and you lean over. And you can hear the tenants inside each of these spaces. Some folks are watching TV, some folks are having a party.
They are recordings, but you get the idea. And that's what Weisman is all about, giving visitors an experience that's as unusual as the building itself.
You take a little bit of time for yourself, and we have plenty of folks who come just hang out because it's a beautiful space.
At the University of Minnesota with photojournalist Joe Van Ryan, John Lauritsen, WCCO News.
Directors say the outside of the building is extremely hard to clean because of its design. The Weisman Art Museum is free and open to the public year-round, Wednesdays through Sundays.